Hello, good evening. Welcome to the new session of the Primate Pro. Today we will going to continue with the chapter Endocrine System, and today is the lecture number 5, and here you will study from calcitonin and thyrocalcitonin, and I will continue with the later parts also. Okay, so let the topic be calcitonin or thyrocalcitonin, TCT, that is thyrocalcitonin. Okay, so thyrocalcitonin is an hypokalemic hormone. Hypocalcemic hormone. Hypo means less. Hypo means less. And calcemic means calcium. So, if you know the meaning of the words by breaking the syllable, you can also find its meaning in the time of examination. Calcemic means calcium. So, low calcium, okay, or less calcium. It is the main function. Its main function is to reduce the blood calcium level. Reduces blood calcium level. Hence, it is called hypocalcemic. Another, along with parathormone, or parathyroid gland. So parathyroid gland secretes the hormone parathormone. It regulates the blood calcium level. Okay, so is it clear to you? Now what happens? Disorders of the thyroid gland. When the thyroid gland continues to malfunction, so the disorders of thyroid gland. So there is a process called hyposecretion. Hyposecretion. It is called hypersecretion. Hyposecretion and hypersecretion. So hyposecretion forms cretinism, or simple goiter. And hypersecretion forms Graves' disease. It's called a Graves' disease. Graves' disease, another name of Graves' disease. Do you know the another name of Graves' disease? The another name of Graves' disease is called exophthalmic goiter. The eyes, protruded eyes, is seen in this case of patients. So Graves' disease or exophthalmic goiter. Graves' disease or exophthalmic goiter. Now come to the next point. Hypersecretion. If the hypersecretion happens, so what will happen? In case of the hypersecretion, we see cretinism. I have told you before, cretinism. So what happens in cretinism? Do you know what happens in cretinism? I think some of you know it. Okay. Low thyroid hormone during pregnancy. It happens during the pregnancy. Low thyroid hormone during pregnancy और इन चाइल्डहुड। प्रेगनेंसी की समय भी हो सकता है, एक फिर बच्चे की चाइल्डहुड की समय, और इन चाइल्डहुड दोनों समय ये हम देख सकते हैं। क्रेटिनिज्म इज सीन both during the pregnancy of the mother or during the childhood of the results in cretinism, and the child suffers from cretinism shows the following symptoms: mental retardation. So the child can be a mentally retarded. Okay. The next is low IQ level. Intelligence quotient is very much less in this kind of patients. Okay. Lack of alertness. Low BMR and low heart rate. Low BMR and low heart rate. Deaf / mutism. Abnormal skin. So these are the following problems that can be seen in these types of patients. Okay. Now, simple goiter. Hyposecretion of thyroid hormone. Due to iodine deficiency in diet. Hyposecretion of the thyroid hormone due to the iodine deficiency in the diet. Okay, simple goiter is seen. Okay, now if iodine is deficient, normal hormone synthesis won't occurs and cause thyroid enlargement. This is known as the simple goiter. Okay, so if the iodine deficient food is taken or the body is deprived from the iodine, so the thyroid gland continues to enlarge, and this disease can be known as the simple goiter. Okay. Now in case of hypersecretion, we see as exophthalmic goiter. Exophthalmic means the protruded eyes. চোখগুলো যেন বেরিয়ে আসে এরকম মনে হয়, ঠিক আছে। Exophthalmic means outside, exo means outside, exophthalmic, the word totally means outside eye, and goiter means enlargement. So eyes bulge out. Eye bulge out. Eye comes out. Okay. It looks like the eye is coming out. Now, it can be an autoimmune disorder. Autoimmune disorder. How? What is the autoimmune disorder? Now, antibodies produced here which mimics oblique copies the activity or action of the TSH. Activity or action of the thyroid stimulating hormone. The antibodies which copy TSH, antibodies which copy TSH means will act on thyroid gland. So the thyroid gland will produces T3 and T4 hormone. So more and more T3 and T4 produced, that is hyper condition is developed. Hyper condition is developed. Okay, these antibodies continue to stimulate thyroid gland to produce more and more T3 and T4, leading to enlargement of thyroid gland and hyper condition of thyroid hormone. Parathyroid hormone. So it's parathyroid hormone. So origin of the parathyroid hormone is endodermal. Four parathyroid glands are present behind thyroid. Now it secretes a hormone, parathormone, oblique PTH oblique Collips hormone. So PTH is parathyroid hormone, PTH is hypercalcemic hormone. It is hypercalcemic hormone. Hyper means more and calcemic means calcium. I have said already. Okay, so now here what happens, the blood calcium levels by different means. Causes demineralization of bones, takes Ca2 plus calcium from bones to blood to increase blood Ca2 plus level. So causes demineralization of the bones, that is it takes the calcium from the bones and causes the increase of the calcium level in blood. Okay, now come to calcium homeostasis. Calcium homeostasis. So what is calcium homeostasis? Is a regulation of the blood calcium level with the help of calcitonin and the PTH, calcitonin and the parathyroid hormone. Okay, now what happens? See how the homeostasis happens. Now first you need to write the parathormone. And here you write calcitonin. Okay, so parathormone acts on kidney. In kidney, the JG cells, that is the juxtaglomerular cells. The JG cells produces calcitrol. So calcitrol acts on GI tract, that is the gastrointestinal tract. Here the calcium is absorbed, better say reabsorbed. Okay, so leads to absorption, reabsorption of the calcium, leading to high calcium, high blood calcium level. Thus produces calcitonin. Now what happens here? Low blood calcium level produces parathormone. So low blood produces parathormone. That is, when the parathormone is secreted, ultimately gradually the calcium ion is reabsorbed through the mechanism, and here produces the calcitonin. When the calcitonin is formed, it lowers the calcium level. Okay, this is how a control and regulation mechanism happens. Okay, so this is all for today. On the next day, on the next lecture, I will start with the thymus gland. Okay, so till then, bye bye, and please subscribe and share and like this channel, and please say what more you require, what more mind maps. If you require mind maps, do write it in the comment box. I will share the mind maps with you all guys. Bye bye and good night.